People in Peru are heading to the polls to vote in the country's presidential elections. Now here's a look at the key candidates and their positions. Let's take a look now. 40-year-old Keiko Fujimori is the daughter of former President Alberto Fujimori. Now, he's serving a 25-year sentence for corruption and human rights abuses. And opponents say she'll follow in her father's footsteps, but Keiko says she shouldn't be punished for her father's crimes. She faces a challenge from 35-year-old Veronica Mendoza. The left-leaning congresswoman has promised an end to corruption. And then there's 77-year-old Pedro Pablo Kuczynski. He's a former prime minister and is running on a promise of reviving the economy. Now, Fujimori leads the opinion polls, but with 40% of voters undecided, the struggle is for second place. And who might contest the runoff? And Giles Gibson has been following the campaign trail and reports from Lima.
Keiko Fujimori. It's a name Peruvians know well. For many, she is a modern-day symbol of her father's controversial government of the 1990s.
Keiko's party represents corruption and several sad facts about our country.
She doesn't love Peru. She doesn't love the people.
All the women, all the people in general are here to repudiate her because the dictator's daughter is trying to become president of the republic.
But Fujimori is still well ahead in the polls. Luz Salgado is a congresswoman for Fujimori's Fuerza Popular party. She was a key member of Alberto Fujimori's government in the 1990s.
Part of Keiko's votes are a legacy from Alberto Fujimori, but the other part is from her own work in leadership.
Keiko Fujimori is an unpopular figure in many parts of Peru. But this election is about more than just one family's political dynasty. Just weeks before polling day, Peru's National Jury of Elections, based in the building just behind me, barred two leading candidates from the race. The decision was met with condemnation here in Peru and on the international stage. Despite Fujimori's strong lead, polls predict she will not win the election in the first round. Left-wing Veronica Mendoza has surged in the polls. Her supporters were in buoyant mood at a closing event for her campaign in Lima. She has attracted undecided voters with promises of radical change to the free market economic model of the last 25 years. Tied in opinion polls with Mendoza is former World Bank economist Pedro Pablo Kuczynski. Widely known as PPK, he wants to slash red tape to attract private investors. If no candidate wins more than 50% of the vote, a runoff is expected in June. Giles Gibson, TRT World, Lima, Peru.